Since joining United last summer, Ten Hag has made it clear that he aims to introduce a more dynamic and proactive style of play to the club. A vital element of Ten Hag's approach involves the goalkeepers' proficiency in playing with the ball at their feet. Unfortunately, throughout the season, United encountered several instances where possession was lost while De Gea was in control of the ball. Given these circumstances, is it the appropriate time for United to part ways with their goalkeeper? Before we provide an answer, we kindly request that you consider subscribing to our channel, as it would greatly support us. Despite some good performances throughout the season and winning the Golden Glove, concerns have emerged regarding David De Gea's suitability as the team's primary goalkeeper. While Erik ten Hag consistently supported De Gea amidst handling errors and kicking problems, his recent remarks following the FA Cup final indicate a preference for a goalkeeper who possesses more natural proficiency in playing the ball from the back. When questioned about De Gea's ball-playing abilities, Ten Hag remarked, "We're making progress, but there are specific occasions and issues within the game that we must improve upon if we aspire to take the next step and secure trophies." Considering these circumstances, Manchester United is actively monitoring the goalkeeper market. Doubts surrounding De Gea's suitability for the role primarily arise from concerns about his distribution skills and reluctance to sweep behind the defence. Throughout this season, De Gea has frequently displayed signs of nervousness when attempting riskier passes from his own box during open play. Consequently, it's unsurprising that his goal kicks in the Premier League have often consisted of safer options, such as short passes to a defender inside the box or long balls to a teammate in the opposition's half. When considering Ten Hag's emphasis on having an actively involved goalkeeper who contributes to the team's build-up play, it becomes evident that De Gea's reactive style is incompatible with the team's future aspirations. Moreover, as Ten Hag's tenure at Old Trafford progresses, one aspect that is likely to evolve is United's positioning on the pitch, particularly in relation to their high defensive line. Since Ten Hag's first full season in charge of Ajax, his team consistently ranked first in the Eredivisie for average start distance and high turnovers. Although there is still work to be done in his ongoing project at United, these statistics are expected to continue trending positively. But in order to be able to play with a high line, it's essential to have a sweeper keeper. And this is an attribute that De Gea lacks. For example, since the start of the 2021-22 season, Raya, Brentford's goalkeeper, has executed 38 successful sweeper actions in the Premier League. His ability to anticipate danger, intercept passes confidently, and apply pressure on opponents instills a sense of assurance in the defenders ahead of him, allowing them to push higher up the pitch. In contrast, De Gea managed only 19 successful sweeper actions in the same time frame, ranking him 16th among Premier League goalkeepers. These shortcomings make it difficult for United to defend with confidence and sustain effective attacks. However, it's crucial not to overlook the primary responsibility of a goalkeeper, which is to prevent goals. While the role of a goalkeeper has undeniably evolved, shot stopping remains a fundamental aspect. De Gea has previously been lauded for his shot-stopping abilities, but this season, his performance in this regard has been less than exceptional, and he's made costly errors in several matches. With a negative -0.5 goals prevented, it is noteworthy that De Gea has conceded slightly more goals than what would be expected from an average goalkeeper, considering the quality of shots he's faced. While this doesn't necessarily condemn the Spaniard, it does raise doubts about whether he's currently at the peak of his shot-stopping prowess, and for some, that is his sole redeeming quality. Even in terms of more proactive aspects, such as commanding the box and confidently intercepting high balls, De Gea falls behind. Although this has never been his greatest strength, as he's relied more on reflexes and reactionary saves, it appears that the club and the player may have reached a stalemate. For these reasons, it seems that the time has come for United to find a replacement for their long-serving number one goalkeeper. Numerous names have been associated with a potential move to United as replacements for De Gea, including Bart Verbrugge from Anderlecht, David Raya from Brentford, Diogo Costa from Porto, and as reported by The Athletic on Friday, Andre Onana from Inter Milan. While all of the mentioned names possess impressive qualities and align with the requirements of a modern goalkeeper skilled with the ball at their feet, the most logical choice undoubtedly appears to be Andre Onana. Onana is a player familiar to Ten Hag, having been a regular under the Dutchman during their time at Ajax, which means he's well acquainted with the manager's tactics and style of play. The Cameroon international boasts an exceptional passing rate, displays confidence when in possession, demonstrates excellent command of his penalty area, and is also an outstanding shot stopper. These skills were evident during Inter's recent journey to the Champions League final, where they narrowly lost 1-0 against Manchester City. Even in defeat, the 27-year-old exhibited his capabilities as a world-class goalkeeper. To counteract Onana's exceptional ball-playing skills, Manchester City opted to apply high pressure for the majority of the match. However, as Pep Guardiola, City's manager, explained, this becomes a challenging task when facing a goalkeeper of Onana's caliber. Guardiola's statement succinctly captures one of the significant issues United faced last season: their ability to retain possession and consistently break down their opponents. While it would be unjust to place the blame solely on one player, as football is a collective sport, the role of the goalkeeper is crucial in initiating the play. If the goalkeeper can't effectively build up play from the back and maintain possession for the team, it becomes increasingly difficult for the team to gain momentum and create scoring opportunities. This situation leads to uncertainty and panic, which ultimately paved the way for doubt to creep in. Onana's most outstanding quality undoubtedly lies in his exceptional ability in possession. He possesses remarkable control and passing skills, even in the tightest of spaces, exhibiting a calmness akin to that of a central midfielder. As the playmaker in goal, he holds a pivotal role as one of the most crucial players at Inter. When distributing the ball, Onana rarely appears stressed and excels at accurately delivering passes over various distances, helping Inter in their quest for possession dominance. His role often necessitates him holding onto the ball for as long as possible, intentionally inviting pressure from the opposition to manipulate their positioning and create openings. In contrast, De Gea is frequently stationed on his goal line, primarily focusing on simpler, shorter passes to connect with his central defenders or resorting to long balls launched into the opposition's half. On the other hand, Onana assumes an advanced position in front of his central defenders, essentially functioning as an auxiliary midfielder. This positioning enables his central defenders to spread out wide, providing accessible passing options while simultaneously pushing the fullbacks forward to create more potent attacking opportunities for Inter higher up the field. It also allows the central midfielders to bypass the initial line of pressure, thereby generating positional advantages and additional solutions during their build-up play. For years, it's been common practice for teams to involve their goalkeeper in the build-up, aiming to create an 11 versus 10 advantage in high-pressure situations deep within their own box. However, the utilisation of the goalkeeper further up the field to advance the ball against a mid-block represents the next stage in this evolution. Onana's performance on the biggest stage highlighted the significant disparity between his and De Gea's ability to play out from the back, particularly when considering the latter's dreadful display against Sevilla in the Europa League quarter-finals. Simply put, Onana possesses a more comprehensive skill set compared to De Gea, excelling in cross-management, defensive organisation, shot-stopping and building play from the back. He perfectly embodies the type of goalkeeper that Ten Hag desires to maximise his system's potential. It's easy to envision Onana anchoring United's defence, confidently initiating build-up play from the back or launching accurate long balls for Rashford to chase down. At the age of 32, it becomes difficult to imagine De Gea improving significantly from his current level. If anything, he's entered the phase of his career where a decline is expected. While his shot-stopping ability remains crucial, the importance of having a goalkeeper who excels in possession, sweeping behind the defence, and commanding their box continues to grow, and these are areas where De Gea falls short. If Ten Hag and United are proactive and astute, they will do everything in their power to secure Onana's signing this summer. It might seem harsh to part ways with a player who's been a loyal servant and given his all to the club, but the reality is that as long as De Gea remains the goalkeeper, United will face severe limitations in implementing Ten Hag's system for the foreseeable future. This is the most compelling and significant reason why United should move on and acquire a new goalkeeper this summer. Do you agree with our analysis? Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you found this video engaging, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated and ensure you don't miss out on our exciting future content. Thank you for tuning in.